Hi. Yes, organic growth. Watch your language around here. Simmer down, God damn it. You have to understand, the world is ending. We have to take this seriously. Don't you know? Haven't you seen the news lately? Everything around you is dying and dead and burning and sad and rip Portland. Hashtag rip Portland. Now, you'll see what I mean in a minute. This is because our dearly beloved CSL can't stop lying. All hail him in the chat. Sometimes it's very hard for me to gather clips for me to look at that I have not already seen when it comes to when when it comes to stuff to cover on the show, because that's kind of the key. Because to me, the power of being able to dunk on stuff, just raw dog in this business, is I think a better. I think it guarantees to my audience to some degree that I'm not just picking and choosing and going, I can fucking nail this. I'll pre-write some jokes for this and attack it. And I don't feel like doing that because I feel like that's unfair. I should be able to think on my feet and deal with these things on, as you do, directly as they come up, not, scour the internet for the worst version of worst example of an argument and then pick that one apart, straw and I don't know, marzipan man it or whatever. Yeah. And I know many of you are very concerned about the kidney. But I'm very sorry. We have to steer clear of that entire argument because I can't even discuss it today. I can't even say the word again. The word and prefixed word, whatever, the two words. Anyways, no need to be funny, Al. Our pets' heads are falling off. Right. So I feel like some days, maybe one of these days, when everyone is convinced that if Trump gets indicted, civil war, explosion, nuclear war. Tucker Carlson has already told us that if Trump doesn't become president, there's going to be a nuclear war before he becomes president. Yeah, I know you heard that right. Same thing Trump is saying. Trump's trying to tell everybody that if he's not elected president next time, there'll be a nuclear war before he becomes president. So why aren't you digging a bunker? Never mind. I'm going to get off on a tangent, and that's not what I'm here for. Today is a learning lesson for me. Today, I take a lesson from the master. Apparently, Greg Kelly, whose show, for the record, is, how do you say, ass, it has a new time slot. And he's... he's being interviewed, apparently, on the morning show. Because I got very confused when I read the title of this. All right, at the bottom it says, and this is going to be a double whammy, I think. Media needs to study Trump, provide more context. Woof, boy, that's the... See, if you're a master of media and you're as smart as Trump, why would you need context? It should hit people like a lightning bolt, but never mind. Greg Kelly, he's on National Report, which I think is the morning show, right? On news, yeah, like you guys would know. Like I fucking know. Like anyone cares. It's an internet station. Like, again, that's why, like, even saying, I feel weird saying good morning on my morning show. Alex Jones and MTG say lockdowns are coming. Yeah, I know. We covered a little bit of that yesterday. They're very silly people. We'll see more of them in a moment. I think there might have been, there was an Alex Jones clip in there too. I just... love your shirt. How can I get one? Well, funny you should ask because this is my own merch. This goes way back. This is one of our earliest merch things ever, folks. This is the classic. Where is it? I got to find the actual clip of it. This is directly from something Trump said at a rally.
Michigan gave us Motown. Gave us Motown. Gave us the Mustang.
Hence, the Motang Clan. Join the Motang Clan today. Get a Motang shirt. It's hilarious, even if people don't get the joke. Even if they don't know the impetus, it sounds slightly naughty anyways. Also, I was very proud. Yes, we even have, if you're on Twitch, we even have an emoji for it. Or an emote. I guess it's not technically an emoji. I don't know. There'll be a war at some point between the emotes and the emojis. One of them will feel marginalized and there'll be a whole big thing. Eventually, there will be Glenn, I'm predicting now. Glenn Beck will do a video about how Asian Americans think emoji sounds unnecessarily Asian, and therefore emotes are culturally appropriating the name and whatever. And will this be the end of us being able to draw pictures? And here comes every picture is Mohammed now. It's going to happen. I'm just telling you. Links pinned for your shopping convenience, sparklers. That's right. Thank you, Sublion. Yes, there's a link to get that in there. It's on the RT Spring Store. So, Motang.
Michigan gave us Motang.
Anyways, so but apparently they've ever since Greg Kelly lost his good time slot to Greta Van Susteren, they bumped him down. They put him at 10 o'clock. Now they moved him up to 9 o'clock. I don't know why, and I honestly don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter. But he's now, I guess would he be opposite Sean Hannity? That put him on most of the time? Sean, yeah, 9 Eastern. Is that when Hannity's on, or is that when Tucker's old time slot is? That's probably when it is. They're probably competing with Jesse Waters. Again, I could know. I could look it up. I don't give a fuck. Why should I? Why? Emoji is a Japanese word. I know. That's the joke about Glenn Beck not understanding. Never mind. We'll get to that later. I love you guys. Okay, here we go. So this is Greg Kelly. He's got a new time slot, and I appreciate the fact that he's not ashamed to share a screen with a picture of him from 27 years ago. One of the lessons I think we can all learn from from John Travolta is never do a side-by-side. Never, ever do a side-by-side. It's just not smart. And also, if I may, where's this guy? It's sort of the same thing with Joe Rogan. Yes? This? I'm going to move this down here, then take this, then go to here, and then try this, and go back to here, and there we go. Jamie, bring up that thing about the article about the guy who, like, if you taking steroids makes your head into a giant bald triangle. Jamie, bring up that thing where if you take steroids, everybody looks like John Travolta with a shaved head. Bring up that article about. Okay. Put it on the big screen. Put the big giant. Put it on. We need a bigger screen because my head's getting bigger by the moment. All right. Now, so here we go. All right, let's get into this. I see. This is what happens. I'm a fucking amateur. That's no matter what I do, I can't shake it. I cannot. All right, here we go. Just some.
Well, we've been teasing it all morning and all.
Yes, we're all waiting with bated breath. I can tell you.
Even outside, it's packed.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, everybody, hang on by your fingernails. Here comes the great Greg Kelly news. They've been teasing all morning.
New time slot, same great show. News.
Sorry.
Max primetime host Greg Kelly is moving to 9 p.m. Eastern time.
And we have 3 different pictures of him. We can't settle on one, and none of them look like him, basically.
Starts tonight. This is we get closer to the 2024 election season.
All right. Yeah, it's crucial that every September something.
Despite that prime time there, he has gotten up early for us, so we appreciate that. Greg Kelly from Greg Kelly Reports joining us live.
His show's at 9 Eastern. Simmer the fuck down. You're on at 7.
Here in studio on National Report. Greg, good to see you.
Sean, Emma, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for having me. If you don't know this, I hate taking the bus, and my family doesn't want to be around me, so I sleep in my office most of the time. And somebody said you guys didn't have a guest this morning, so they decided to just switch my time slot and make that excuse to bring me in. And our graphics people ordered some shit on Fiverr, and here I am.
Thrilled to be on this show. You guys do such an amazing job. I watch every day.
Well, I appreciate
Well, then why is it a big deal that he got up early?
that. You know, and so many people
Also, I would go with a smaller tie because it makes you look tiny.
watch your show. So many people have this interest in your show. They'll tape it, and you were in this different.
A lot of people. Oh, it's quiet. Hold on. A lot of people. I'm sorry. What do they do with this show? What do they do with the Greg Kelly show?
So many people have this interest in your show. They'll tape it, and you were in this.
Oh, they tape it. Yeah. I tape it. That's what I do. Here's the thing. I'm running out of places to buy VHS because I don't know, like I won't tape over it. But one of the first things they did when his show launched was teach everybody how to set the time on their thing so it stops flashing 12.
Different time slot. You've now moved to 9 p.m. Eastern time. But
Yes, he moved. The network didn't move him. He moved.
what do you think it is that draws so many people to
that hour? What do you think is it? What is it about 9 o'clock that makes it a more newsy time of day?
Greg Kelly Reports? It is such a popular show.
Well, thank you very much. I am proud of the show. We have a great team, and we have the freedom.
There's me, and there's what's his name who pushes the thing around, and there's teleprompter lady. I love her. She's great. And there's we have a couple of different camera guys. I don't get to know them because they're like Spinal Tap drummers. And then there's me, of course. The show has my name, so I think I'm Greg Kelly.
To
What the fuck was that? Is there an elephant in the studio? What the fuck? Wait,
proud
listen.
of the show. We have a great team, and we have the freedom to.
What the fuck? All right, hang out. Honest to God, is there an elephant in the studio, or does Greg Kelly's ass have a trunk?
I am proud of the show. We have a great team, and we have the freedom to kind of talk about things that other media groups are
Spit it out!
afraid to talk about. And I think we
Afraid to talk about? The fuck are you talking about? Right-wing media will talk about anything. Motherfucker, you'll go... nobody on Newsmax is afraid of saying the word Holocaust while doing this with their hand. Get the fuck out of here. What? The elephant in the room, right.
do it in a very compelling way.
If I do say so myself, I mastered the art of staring at my notes and barely looking at the camera, and because I'm kind of a non-confrontational kind of guy.
It's, I learned all the rules of broadcasting throughout my career, and
Did you? What would one of those be? I would say address the person you're speaking to or the camera when you're not speaking to another person on set. Might be.
I also know when it's okay to break the rules and to.
Oh, mow, 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 mow. Do-ba, do-ba. Mow, mow, no, mow, no. My name is Greg Kelly. Bum, bum, no, bum, bum. I'm short and smelly. Bum, bum, no, bum. I paid all my dues. Bum, bum, no, bum, bum. Now I can break the rules because I got 9 o'clock. I used to be on at 7. Now I'm on at 10 o'clock, and then they put me back at 9, and nobody watches anyways because everybody actually thinks they tape it blues. All right.
Throw out some of the patterns and templates that a lot.
The patterns. It's just jazz, baby. I'm sorry. We just flow. That's the thing about the Greg Kelly show, yo. We got the flow going on, man. We just fucking roll off it. Fuck that. I was like, first thing I do, I come in there We have a meeting, and then I kick over the teleprompter, and I go, let's start from scratch. And everybody goes, yeah! And then boom, 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 boom. What a dick. What are you talking about? Your show looks exactly like everything else. Only thing that sets it apart is he doesn't know what he's talking about. And I don't mean in the he's bullshitting kind of way that the rest of the Newsmax people. I mean, he sometimes doesn't seem to know what's at the end of the fucking sentences.
A lot of folks in mainstream media live by. So it's an exercise in freedom, and it's a celebration of freedom.
That's right. Sometimes I do it without my pants on. Sometimes I jack off the news. What do you... An exercise in freedom? I can't. An exercise in freedom. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm sorry. Oh, God. Oh, yes, CSL, you have chosen well. I was not expecting this from this video. Oh, God. This is, what a dick. An exercise in freedom. You have a look-alike show, stupid. Your show looks just like Fox on the cheap. This, you use the other half of this set at night, fuckwad. We can see the desk in the corner. What do you... An exercise in freedom. Some nights I don't even wear a diaper. I just say, fuck it, just let it run down my leg. It's the, my show is the doobie of Newsmax, really. It's, I think of it as sort of the hippie report. Oh, I'm sorry, the alerts are back. I don't know why that is. Oh, I know why it is. Yes, I do. Sorry. 1 second. Oh, God. Get over here. I need my... Oh, no. That's the wrong one. Yes, okay. Oh, God. Whew. I don't even... Let me know if I should have shut... That should shut them off, but we'll... Oh, there it is. Why is that? So take this guy and bring it over here. Excellent. I gotta say... did that help? Did that do it? It should have been one, and then that's it. Okay. Whew. Shit. This is, this got me. God damn it. Right out of the gate. Thanks so much, CSL. I needed a laugh like that. Oh, man. And we're only a minute and a half in.
Is how I like to think about it, and I'm glad that people like it, including, well, look, something else. We tell the truth about President Trump, and so many people are either horrified by him or they...
Yes. You tell the horrifying truth about Donald Trump. Yes.
Hold their nose around him, and I just...
Well, that's obviously, the only people that hold their nose around Trump were people who have been around him once before and didn't realize it's socially acceptable to hold your nose because everybody else is doing it. Because obviously, yeah, there's a issue there. Hold on. Oh, I see. Why is that? Oh, it shuts off my sound. You crazy thing. Hold on. Never mind.
Decided long ago, I want to learn from this guy. I want to
study. I want to lick his feet.
Study him. And we can learn amazing things from...
Yeah, we can learn so much from him. And Greg is proud to announce he's on his 4th bankruptcy already. And he's working his way up, and eventually he'll be at silver level.
This once in a lifetime, once in a country's lifetime president.
Well,
Well, here's hoping.
You just had an exclusive interview with President Trump. It was after he had had his mugshot taken in Georgia. And so
Yeah, that's how low he had to get before he would talk to you, Greg.
that was a really interesting conversation that you shared with the former president. What do you think it is about Donald Trump that the American public, or maybe the mainstream media, tends to miss?
Number one, there are three things. Well, number one, there are three things to understand about Donald Trump. And I don't think once you kind of come to terms with this, he is much easier to understand, and he makes sense. And
right. If you clip a couple of nerves in the front of your, like they make 3 incisions, and then he's really easy to understand.
I think their prejudice could be kind of dispelled. Number one, he's not a politician. You have to.
He's a former president. That technically speaking, he's run a campaign before, and he's running one now. He's a politician. Fuck off.
Remember that. He did not grow up as a politician.
No, he grew up as a con man.
Not spend his career.
The next best thing
in politics. He is not a career politician. That makes him inherently unique compared.
Well, it's true. I will give you that, Greg. He is not a career politician, in that his career in politics will soon be over. I'm just, that's true.
To just about everybody else we see. Number two, he is a billionaire, and
with an asterisk.
Billionaires operate on a different frequency than.
Yeah, they do. They're different from. They're better. I think that's as you could say about anybody with billions of dollars. Obviously, gets a pass. Like Bill Gates and Putin. And George Soros, also a billionaire. And, some billionaires just, it's amazing how that factor doesn't necessarily play into your appreciation of other people. It's just one of the ways you give this dumb fuck a pass.
Most people, and sometimes it's celebrated, like Steve Jobs. Oh, what a genius, and
Yeah, but he ran a company that changed the face of telecommunications in the fucking country, dum-dum. Literally, the first fully functioning smartphone was the iPhone. The iPod changed how we listen to music. He brought the Mac, like personal computing was brought into its heyday directly by his design choices. Yes, that's why. Trump throws his fucking name on shit like an old-fashioned casino boss.
He had his eccentricities, and they were celebrated with Donald Trump. Oh, everything, they're horrified.
Yeah, for the record, if Steve Jobs was caught on tape saying you can grab women by the pussy, probably would end up being an Android phone user by now.
And
myself as a choice. Fuck you.
Number three, he's a New Yorker. And.
Hey, no, he's not. He moved to Florida. He's a Florida man now. Florida man. Yeah. He's a Florida man. Get over yourself. And so was Son of Sam. What the fuck does that mean? He's a New Yorker.
We haven't really had an urban president like.
And yeah, that's what he brings. He's fucking street. Urban? The fuck? First of all, Obama's from Chicago. Secondly, it checks all the fucking boxes on urban, no matter who asks for it. Also, Trump did everything he could to stay away from the city parts of New York. The fuck? This is suburban. Yeah, right. Not even that. Jesus, what? He's a second generation rich kid.
Like Donald Trump in centuries,
in centuries. Yeah, centuries ago. Plural, 2 centuries ago, when we had a lot of urban areas. The big cities of 1777. Centuries. I can't. No, all right. I'll suck it up. I got to take notes. This is how you broadcast.
They generally come from the Midwest or just a more
Yeah, flyover states, those shitty parts of America. Just say it, Greg. What?
bucolic setting, and this is a rough and tumble guy from New York. And those three...
Rough and tumble? Guy from New York? What the fuck are you talking about? He was born rich. He's got trophy wives. He changes them he changes his underwear more often, and that's still not with a great level of frequency.
issues, if you remind yourself, it explains a lot.
No. Okay, none of those factors don't excuse his bullshit or make me understand him anymore. What the? No. Rough and tumble. The motherfucker can't even drive a car.
You know, you're talking about the upcoming election, the 2024 election. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah. Excuse me a minute. I need a moment. It's okay. I think I have proof that Bidenomics is working. And I think it goes something like this. Oh, fuck. The economy is not falling apart the way we said it was going to under Biden. It's actually getting better. I'm doing well. What the fuck am I going to talk about? And then craziness.
there's so much to cover about that. Obviously, Donald Trump being the front runner within the GOP primary.
Yeah, but that's...
But in terms of your show, let's talk media.
Yeah, 9 o'clock. What kind of things and clips or things you're going to be able to throw at 9 o'clock on your show? What is it about your show where you're going to repeat the exact same bullshit we hear from all these other dickheads?
Do you cover the...
I don't watch your show. You just said you watch our show every morning. Do you cover... I don't even...
scopes on your show of how the media portrays potentially Trump, Republicans, and how that's seen different viewpoints, such as MSNBC, CNN, et cetera, all the different outlets out there, because
I've never seen your show. As a matter of fact, and I was talking to someone in the makeup room as I was getting my pompadour powdered, and I said, has anybody in here actually seen Greg's show? And I gotta say, big goose egg. Nobody can tell me what the fuck you do. So can you tell us, because our viewers certainly won't be watching.
many viewers have so many choices out there.
And why the fuck would... I mean, I do. Shit, by the time your show is on, I'm binge watching God knows what.
So many viewpoints, including your own.
So even conservative media can fall prey to mainstream media think. Now,
Yes, and that's terrible. Mainstream media think where there's actually what we call a consensus based on reality. And that is, quite frankly, the enemy of Newsmax. That we fight that off all the time. I'm like, we are trying to be the, ivermectin coated light bulb that you shove up your ass every night, hoping it all works out and that you don't get any, you don't singe your outer colon again.
you may remember, and it goes beyond politics, it goes to culture, it goes to race. There was that situation, and it was
That situation.
disturbing and horrible, but there
It's a disturbing, horrible situation. What was
was
it?
a fight at that dock in Montgomery, Alabama, and everybody kind of made it.
Yes, came and went. And you're the only person still talking about it. And
Instantaneous judgment, this side bad, that side good, and the drive-by media is what Rush Limbaugh used to call it. But if you actually stood around and maybe watched that tape for all 20 minutes, you would say,
right, and never pulled your pants up. I get
wait
it.
a second, that disrupts the story I've been told. So does that. The media, they fall in love with a narrative because a narrative is easy to tell. You have a good guy, you have a bad guy, you have a start, middle, conclusion. Life is a lot more complicated.
That's right. That's why I like Trump, because he's a complicated guy. Most people would look at that and go, man grabs woman by the pussy without asking permission. They'll think that's bad. But, on Greg Kelly presents, we tap the brakes on that thing and we go, hey, ease up. We're going to groove on this thought for a second. It's an exercise in freedom. So we're going to just play with that idea. So I'm going to have a woman come out here that I've obviously hired, which in its own way is a form of consent, but you'll have to look past that. And I'm just going to, where's she going? What do you mean no amount of money?
Than that. And, you know, there was a woman, she happened to be white. She happened to be
She happened to be hit by a white chair, actually, held by a black person.
an innocent bystander, and somebody grabbed her by the hair, dragged her and threw her in the river.
And nothing sums up America. Nothing sums up America better than that. Grabbed her by the hair and threw her in the river. Yeah, if she floats, she's innocent. If she sinks, she's a witch. No, other way around. If she floats, she's a witch. If she sinks, she's innocent. I think that's how it works.
Now, the person who did that happened to be of a different race. And
What race would that be, Greg? As you stare at the ceiling, trying to find a way either to say black or to not say black.
and somehow, well, we're going to ignore that because, I don't know, does it put people in an uncomfortable position to tell that part of the story? It doesn't.
It was in the middle of the thing, stupid. They didn't it wasn't blocks away. While this whole fight narrative is happening, I don't know if you know this, but 16 miles away, a black person just came up to a random white lady, grabbed her by the hair, chucked her in the fucking river. Nobody reports on that. That's the thing about Greg Kelly Reports. That's the key to his success is he takes two different circumstances, totally unrelated, and finds some way to make one of them make an excuse for the other. It's fascinating. This is I'm learning so much as a broadcaster. I may have to change my entire approach. I didn't realize I could be so freewheeling.
Doesn't put me in an uncomfortable position because that actually happened.
Because it puts me in an uncomfortable position because sometimes I am forced on my show, as you are, to say the word black, and it gives me flashbacks to riding the bus. Oh my God, this guy's an idiot. This is just so lame. This is your example. He's there to sell his show to an audience. Don't forget, this is them interviewing one of their own to pitch the new time slot. This is the best he's got. He's pulling this out of his ass because he's like, this will lock the viewer. Watch this.
And context and perspective is something the media does not specialize in providing. It's something I like to do.
All right.
I like to do it. They won't let me on Newsmax, so a lot of times it ends up on the cutting room floor. I'm kidding. They don't edit my show. Nobody even watches it. Even the editors have walked out. Greg's suit is available as Spirit Halloween as a Trump suit.
That's what you'll see on Greg Kelly's show.
That's right. That's what you'll see. The same boring, odd anecdote that doesn't relate to shit.
Greg, thanks so much for coming on National Report today.
Emma, Sean, anytime. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for mentioning that you know their names.
Again, 9 p.m. Eastern, folks. Tune in or set your DVRs. You'll see him tonight. It's going to be.
Yeah, set your VCRs, because according to Ken's stunt double, sorry, is it just me, or like both of these people look like cartoon characters or like exaggerated humans? She looks like a newscaster on a show where they have a character that's a newscaster in one scene on the television right before they shut it off. You know what I'm talking about? Tornadoes headed towards the Southland, and people are urged to, hey, guys, are you ready to party or what? You know, a disaster movie. Like she's the one that was oddly saying that the storm is coming and nobody pays any attention, right? And then he looks like, I gotta say, and maybe I'm watching too much Criminal Intent in my in my pastime, but he looks like a guy. The storyline in general of this Law and Order episode. Follow me if you've probably seen this one. Stockbroker shot. Turns out he was supposed to be at work. He told people his work. His wife thought he was going to be at work. Can't figure out where he was. He had a clean clothes in his gym bag and wet hair. So he obviously had a shower, but it doesn't look like he went to the gym. We're thinking affair. At first, they ask around the office to see if he was making eyeballs at any of the women, and they would all go, no, no, no. He was very professional. And then they find out he went to this specific gym that was known by some stockbroker guys where guys on the down low meet up. And they interview this guy because he may or may not have hung out with him in the shower for an hour. You know what I'm talking about? Like, the casting would be fucking perfect. Yeah, down low Wall Street. Right? It's just the vibe, everything. Hey, I remember that episode. Yeah, I know. They're all that episode. Yeah. Maybe we could talk about this downtown. Hey, look. I like a good time, but he's a MacGuffin, obviously. I'm not accusing him of the murder. He didn't actually commit the murder. They get led astray thinking it's about him. And it turns out it was this lady who was I think was trying to get her kid into a preschool, right? And killed the guy to get her kid on the list. He's a red herring. Yes, that's right. Am I mixing my MacGuffins? The Wimp of Wall Street. Eddie Haskell haircut. Yeah, it is. There's a lot of Eddie Haskell going on here. Absolutely. Is this National Report show just as bad as the others on Newsmax? It's worse because they try to they're the Fox and Friends of Newsmax. So they try to be cute about stuff. And yet they're still that angry that time of the morning.